All right. Welcome back to the channel. And as you have seen from the title, yes, record day set at the company I closed for in the sales space, 57.1K in cash collected commissions. That equates to 6.4K in total commissions that I made in one day. Now that was a 12-hour day. We had 8 calls back to back to back. So that's the first time I ever had 8 calls with no break. It was absolutely crazy, and closed 6 of those deals. So 75% close rate, not too bad. With the commission structure, it's 10%. Reason it's 6.4 is it's something called a max swap with one of those deals where it's closed through the finance partner. So it's not revenue, but we don't get paid until they make their first monthly payment. So we get delayed 1 month on that. So 6.4 comms, but cash collected, the money that came into the bank account for the company yesterday was 57.1. Now, what did I do differently? It's not what I did differently, it's what I didn't do. There was one day this week where, I'm not gonna lie, I hit snooze in the morning. I hit snooze and then went back to bed for another 30 minutes before our team meeting. And then I woke up and then I did my morning routine instead of when I would usually do my gym session. And then I moved my gym session to in between a no-show because my gym's in my building. I don't have to move. I don't have to travel to the gym. That day I didn't close any deals. And it just goes to solidify the fact that it's like when you do your morning routine, you wake up, I personally wake up at 4:30 to 5 a.m., just depending on the day. You don't hit snooze, so you get that first win. Go and do the morning routine. For me, I do a bit of meditation in bed. I do some reading. I review my identity. And then I have a team meeting, obviously hydrate throughout that, and then go do your gym session. I know when I do those things and I have a coffee and a morning walk after the gym session with a cold shower, I'm absolutely primed for my days. I did that today. This is Sunday right now, and we still slapping some deals. Even though I've only sat 3 calls, 1 pending docs, 1 deal closed, 1 guy just being a bitch, put it like that. He couldn't close. But we'll blame it on being a skill issue so we can fix it, take responsibility, etc., etc. But it just goes to show, like, when you do the non-negotiables and the things that you know make you show up on the call better from a frequency and state perspective, there you go. You close 75% of the deals in a day. So it was from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. No, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., 8 hours, back to back to back to back to back. And then there was an hour block where I could actually reset, have some food, go for a little walk. And then we had we had a follow-up call and then a little bit of pipeline clearance to some revenue-generating activities after. So it just goes to show when you do the inputs, when you do what you know you're supposed to do. See, that's the thing. Everyone knows what you're supposed to do. Right, you know that, okay, if I do X, Y, Z, I'm going to have an absolutely phenomenal day, productivity, performance, work-wise. I'm going to feel the best, look the best, and make the most money. Everyone knows what to do, but it's those days where you slip. And I've noticed the more money I make and the more, I guess, quote-unquote, successful I become, even though I'm not satisfied with where I am right now. However, I'm grateful. I'll acknowledge that. The more and more I move up, it's the less and less days in the year where I slip from my non-negotiables. That's what I've noticed. So like I said, during the week that just went past, I slipped one day, didn't close any deals. And then the day I definitely didn't slip, had a great sleep, is the day I do a record cash collection in the company. So yeah, feels pretty surreal, to be honest. 6.4K. Like, I've set up my taxes so it's legally 0%. We're not breaking any laws, okay? So 6.4K coming in from 1 day's of work. I used to make that in a month when I was a landscaper. I was on $1,250 to $1,500 a week, just depending if we did 5 days or we did 6 days, $250 a day. And I made my whole monthly salary in 1 day. Pretty surreal as a 19-year-old living here in Medellin, Colombia. But it was one of those things, like I was saying before, grateful. Always very, very, very grateful. Count our blessings and in that abundance frequency. However, never satisfied, because getting that complacency, it's like if I zoom out, yes, I'm probably in the top 0.1% earners of my age bracket. If I start to think about that on a daily basis, where it's like, holy shit, I'm making so much money, I'm so successful, I get flattery. If that comes into my life, I'm going to get complacent. I'll stay at the same income level. I'll probably dip back down because I'm not doing the inputs required to maintain that, if not improve. So it just comes down to who you compare yourself to. And it's like, if you're getting flattery from people below you, which I do, the flattery generally only comes from people below. Don't get me wrong. Some people above say, nice work, bro. Amazing day. Nice work on the deals. But that's it. It's not like, wow, man, you're making so much money. Whoa, you must be so happy, blah, 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 blah. It's not like that. If that flattery comes into my life, I've got to slip it, dodge it, and I got to remove that, because flattery is the enemy. And that's something I learned from one of the first companies I worked at from the mentor. From the founder. He said that. So what we do moving forward into the following week, we just double down on what we're doing. We're at around $45,000 for the month of January, and the date right now is the 25th. So we are on track for a $50,000 a month minimum this month. And it's crazy to think 3 months ago I was in a boxing fight camp doing a bit of part-time sales. I'm like, you know what? I want to make this my main thing, to see how much money I can make and to see what level I can push myself. So relocated from Bali, beautiful Bali, Indonesia. Time zone shit there for US companies, right? Relocated here to Medellin, Colombia, and taken my income from 4 figures to maybe like 10K max to this month will be 50K. And now it's the game of, don't get me wrong, I've just invested with a new one-on-one mentor, but there's only so many mentors you can invest in. So now it's gotten to the point where the cash is and will be stacking up. So it's now learning the next skill, being investing. So I know this is technically a sales channel, sales video, but I like to share what I do. So I'll be rolling that into ETFs. Now I've got a certain ETF portfolio where, don't get me wrong, I've got some crypto, precious metals, but the ETFs, from a percentage standpoint of my portfolio, I want to diversify it more. So we've got some money in high interest bank accounts. So getting like a 4 or 5% return per year, spread out in different countries. So being on more grids, in my opinion, is the way to escape the matrix and get off grid, is by getting on more grids and get more and more passports, more and more bank accounts. I've only got one passport now, but we're working on that, right? And with these ETFs, with the pool I've selected, it equates to around a 12 to 14% gain per year. Now I know there's all crypto, like I said, I've invested in crypto. You can make much better gains than that. But it's now getting to the point where it's like, it's not chump change anymore I'm investing. It's like a fair amount, right? So I want to guarantee that wealth, and I want to guarantee it's increasing, because I believe, I did the numbers the other day, it was around $25,000 a month if you put in at around that 12 to 14%. By the time I'm 30, so what, 11 years? That's like actually, I'll check it right now. I'm going to pause this video, I'll come back. Okay, so starting with 25 grand and investing 25,000 per month for the next 11 years, so that by the time I'm 30, at 13%. So I said 12 to 14%, we'll just meet in the middle at 13. That'll be a total of $7.3 million, right? Like, it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed wealth. Like, it's guaranteed you will hit that. Don't get me wrong. Like, I get it. Nothing's ever 100% guaranteed. But based on the track record of these ETFs that I've invested in, they're all Vanguard, by the way. Don't have to break it down. It's not an investing channel. I'm going too off topic. But it's guaranteed wealth to an extent, right? So it would be total of 4 million, just shy of 4.1 million interest earned, and total of 7.3 million future valuation. So it's now just like taking the money from sales. Don't get me wrong. Once I'm off the sales calls, progressing to consulting, running my own offer or one-on-one, something along those lines. But it's now taking that money and investing it. So let's say, what are we now? Let's say by the time I'm 22, 23, 24, 25, I won't actually have to work if I don't want to. If I got a multi-5-figure amount per month coming in after taxes, profit, like you're good. Like that's financial freedom. So we're on the game of financial freedom, mastery of sales. And yeah, I've gone a little bit off topic with the back end of this video, but if you found some value, hit subscribe, smash the like button, because why not? Follow me on Instagram, and yeah, drop a comment, because let's show some love, guys. Have an amazing day, and let's keep crushing it.